Alright YouTube, it's Chaboy, AlexTrainsChest, back here for another video. And I think we're going to do parts, I think it's 20, 21, and 22 of the injury progress update all in one video. And then I got a bunch of footage from Tahoe, which is where I was for the past couple days, and I think I'm going to have to make that actually a separate video because it's probably going to get like really long and confused, and like the subject matter is going to get confusing or whatever. So anyway, before I get into the measurements for today, I got a new pan right here because the other week I jacked up that one pan trying to clean it off with the heavy-duty oven cleaner. So I thought in this video, why not show you guys how to make some bomb scrambled eggies, because that's what I always eat. And I just got a nice new non-stick pan, so let's unwrap that, and then we're going to give it a quick wash, and then I'll show you guys how to make some eggies, take the measurements. I know it's all super exciting. And then next video is going to be some Tahoe stuff, and some Tahoe hiking, views of the lake, and some other rehab exercises I've been doing. So let's go ahead and get into that right now. Alright guys, here we go. This is a brand new Calphalon Unison series pan. This is an 8-inch fry pan. So now, just got to give it a quick rinse in the sink with some soap and water really fast to get any like residual oils and stuff off from the metal. Then we're going to make some eggs. Okay, so the pan is all cleaned off here. Just soap and watered that really fast. Look at how nice and shiny it looks. So this is, you know, what you're going to need for this is obviously a non-stick pan because you don't want the egg to stick like before. And I'll show, here's what the pan looked like before, after like the non-stick surface had gotten messed up over years of use. I'll show that on the video. And then I'll show you guys what this pan will look like after I scramble these eggs when it's nice and pristine. I'm using these eggs right here. Now the last thing you're going to need is some cheese. Alright guys, so step number one, we've got the pan on the stove. Notice that the stove is not on at all. The reason why it's not on is because you don't want this pan to get hot. You actually want to cook scrambled eggs on low heat. That's very important. So we're going to break the eggs into the pan, discard the shells, put the cheese in, and mix it around. Alright, now that we got the eggs in the pan, give your hands a good little rinse. No one wants to get salmonella, you know? Yeah, so look at that. So now we've got 3 nice eggies in here, and we're just going to mix it around to break up the yolk and disperse the yolk throughout. And you can also do this in a bowl before you pour it in here. Just make sure the pan's not hot, you know? Because we want to cook this on relatively low heat. So now I'm going to take my cheese. Delicious. I love cheese. Remember when you were a kid and you discovered melted cheese for the first time? I think there's some comedian that talks about that, but man, it's freaking good. Just gonna put some cheese in here. And I kind of like a lot of cheese. It's probably not good for my gut, but what can I say? I love it. So now I've got the egg and the cheese in here. I'm just gonna mix this around a little bit. If you want to speed up this process too, you can put the pan on really low heat so that it's just like heating up slowly, so you have enough time to like get all the eggs in there and mix this around before the egg white starts cooking. But if you see that like any egg white starts cooking, it's too hot. You gotta kill that heat real quick and even take it off the burner. Okay, so now we're gonna move it onto the burner. I like this burner better than that one. And come over here, boom. Turn this on to pretty low. I usually try to set it at about like 3, but every oven's different. At my parents' house in the Bay Area, I have to set it to like, you know, 5 to get like the same heat. And now basically what we're gonna do is just continuously stir this around until we get the final product. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and set up a timer here so you guys can see how long this process takes. Alright, probably lost about 30 seconds. Go and grab my phone, but set this up. Alright, so now that we've gotten to this stage where the egg has mostly congealed, what I like to do is I actually like to kind of just fold it over onto itself like this, and then I kind of like let it cook for a minute, maybe mash it down. It almost looks like an omelet. Yum, looks really good. And mash it down a little bit, fold it onto itself again. And also, let me point out, look at how wonderful this non-stick surface is when it's brand new. You know, the egg just comes right off when you just rub it really quick with a spatula. Fold it onto itself. Alright, gonna turn the heat off now. Timer's at 5 minutes, 28 seconds. These are looking really good. Just give it one more flip. Yum. Got your plate already right here. Take your pan. Boom. Slide that right on. And look at the pan. Just beautifully clean. Yum. So that's the way, guys, to cook some really good scrambled eggies. Basically, just make sure that you move them around a bunch. Don't put them in the pan if the pan is really hot. If you put it in the pan's a little too hot and you see some egg whites starting to cook right away, I mean, you can salvage it by just like quickly stirring it. But best way is to just let it be without heat, you know, for a bit. So, got the scrambled eggies, of course got the sushi, and I'm gonna go ahead and eat this, and then we'll get into the measurements. So let's get into these measurements. I woke up today and my leg was actually like feeling pretty crappy this morning, so I was a little bit bummed. And I was especially bummed because on Friday it felt great, so I really wish I'd actually taken measurements on Friday. So here I'm kind of struggling a little bit. I'm trying to keep my legs straight, and then I hit 16 inches and it just spazzes out. So got other cells hidden from before, but back to 12.5 inches, and I'm just going to pretend that like the last 2 days are the same as today since I was in Tahoe. And today I train arms, eh? And if you're Canadian, I don't mean to offend you. I actually really love the Canadian accent. I think it's awesome. Plus, my roommate's been watching a lot of Letterkenny recently, so been hearing a lot of Canadian accent. It's making me imitate it. So going into the lay down raise test and struggling to get the leg up there still. This is back to 34 inches. Before it was at 32. It's not as good as I wanted, but it's an improvement. And now I up the stability test to 25 seconds, and I'm speeding up the video here just so, doing some silly stuff too. I'm speeding up the video just so it's not like grueling. But anyway, that's that. AlexTrainsChest checking out.